Okay, last time on what is it, Khorzaire Nights? What's this game called? Anyways.
Called Khorzaire, the Curse of Life.
Sorry, I was just making jokes.
Khorzaire,
the Curse of Life.
The playlist.
I said actually. Anyways, the party, after some shenanigans at an inn and an alleyway, we spent the morning figuring out what we were going to do with our various leads, and decided the first course of action was to go and talk to the city guards, gain some information regarding, let's see, I don't have my notes anymore. This is gonna be awkward. But get some information on what we needed to pursue for our various tasks, and we learned of like foreign mercenaries coming in since the guards were understaffed. Let's see, and then we went to the Sparkers, I believe, like the sort of Sparkers headquarters within the city, and tried to ask around. I think Xalia stole like a formula for something. That was the thing that happened.
Oh right, yeah, because interesting, and no one was watching.
Mm-hmm. No, I think they were watching you, and they just like let you do it.
There's an explosion, and during the distraction of the explosion, Xalia managed to.
Okay, because I know you didn't roll any stealth checks for that.
Mm-hmm.
I consulted passives.
Hey.
But anyway, continue.
This is very scuffed recap.
It's all good.
Let's see. Yeah, we learned that they were supplying the miners with equipment, like general mining stuff and like explosives, all being funded by Azir Orion. I think. I don't know how you say his first name. I know his last name was Orion. I spelled Azir in my notes. And then, let's see. We then went to the Orion estate, was very forward with what we were doing, and just said, and effectively, I guess it worked. Makayla got kicked out, but Zoaz, I believe, ended up getting Orion to tell us that his son was recently kidnapped and was being held captive and being used for effectively like ransom of money and supplies, and that we were to go down an elevator to find the kidnappers. And then on the elevator, some random dragonborn who I guess I think Pastiche, Twig, and Chuman roughed up, or I think intimidated to get money.
Good friend.
Threatened with bodily harm.
Yeah, more something along the lines.
We just simply persuaded.
Yeah, sure. Was like pissed off that they showed their face again, I guess, and tried to kick us off the elevator. Xalia then casted like fear on them, and they hotwired the elevator while Makayla was still on it, and now it's plunging into the depths. Zoaz Misty stepped on it. I think Xalia jumped on it, and that's where we are.
All right. And then, yeah, after Xalia lands on the elevator and Zoaz poops onto it with a thud, the Dragonborn inside the elevator looks at Makayla, who is still on. Makayla is standing at the opening.
Yeah, was holding the door open as it started falling.
Yeah, it kind of like closes on your staff a couple times, and then just it's now open to the open air as you guys are descending. Twig, here we'll put Xalia like here, so you guys are.
Are you leaving?
Bye Sigma. So
No,
Twig,
she's just sitting up.
Pastiche, and Chuman, you all are on top of the bridge that leads to the elevator. It is descending before you, leaving you all standing here. The music changes.
Whoa.
What would
No
you like
way.
to do?
I gotta hear the music before I can decide.
Oh, I forgot to. No, I did. Oh well. I thought I forgot the preload, but I think I preloaded the music. Why not? Anyway.
Oh, there we go.
I like to imagine that scream was the Dragonborn.
It is. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Twig, Chuman, and Pastiche, you guys get the first move. You can see down. The elevator is 10 feet currently in this moment of time. You can see Xalia and Zoaz have just descended in each of their manners. Makayla is on this elevator, and also this elevator is clearly going to your destination. What would you like to do?
I think Pastiche is just gonna watch it fall.
Okay.
Chuman as well.
Okay, the elevator is not falling, it is descending.
Well, right.
Controlled fall.
Okay.
Twig is gonna drop to all fours and slowly peer over the edge of the descending elevator and the depths.
Okay.
And then he looks over.
Is it reasonable enough for us to jump down
Yes.
on top of?
Yes, it is at this point.
Twig looks to Chuman and Pastiche. Well, we have to go after them, right? I think.
I suppose we can't leave them by themselves down there. Who knows what they'll meet once they get to the bottom.
It is an elevator, yes? It will return.
I don't see a return button.
I'll have you two decide. I'm going for on, and then Chuman jumps down.
Okay, make an acrobatics check for me. Alright. It is a sloppy landing, but you land. You jump down. The elevator's now at like 15 feet during the fall. You land right next to Xalia and stumble and fall and roll a couple feet and almost fall off the edge before managing to keep yourself on. You are on your stomach. And then manage to right yourself and stand up. You look up and watch the faces of Twig and Pastiche slowly rise.
Chuman is just
and get higher.
going to give a salute as they as they descend.
Twig looks at Chuman, then turns to look at Pastiche, then looks back at the elevator and just shakes his head. I hate this so much. He plucks a feather from his arm and says, "It's not getting any closer."
It is now at 20 feet.
Off you go now. Time's a wasting.
Twig is gonna leap off and cast Featherfall on himself and Pastiche.
Alright. Twig, you toss this feather of yours in the air. Pastiche, you become aware that your descent is going to be slowed by this magical feather. And then away Twig goes.
The spell.
Say it again.
Pastiche recognizes the spell,
You do.
so they're gonna follow.
Alright. The dainty descent of Twig and Pastiche. You all gently, gingerly even, descend to the top of the elevator, joining Xalia, Zoaz, and Chuman. You all look at each other before you hear from below the Dragonborn, Viru'Valge, as he talks to Makayla. Alright. Stand behind me, man.
What have you done?
These hooligans have been harassing me for 2 cities now, threatening me. Now they're after you. Stand behind me, I'll take care of it. I'll make sure they don't go nowhere.
Okay, if I recall correctly, Xalia has a spider climb on her at this point.
Oh no.
It's probably on its last parts, but yeah, you do. It's still there.
Okay, she's gonna climb in on the ceiling, just from above.
Okay. Oh, let's see. He's He has to make one of these saves at the end of his turn. Viru'Valge takes out a a container of beverage, of alcoholic beverage, and he takes a deep swig, Makayla. And Xalia, you can see him like wiping his mouth, getting the alcohol drool off, and okay, he is no longer frightened. And I am marking down 12. Okay.
Stop this nonsense at once, Makayla would kind of say, like very sternly.
Nonsense. They're the ones doing nonsense. They come here trying to rustle me out of my gems. Ah, Xalia. Wait, I don't know your name. Ah, Xalia's there. Ah, you. And as you climb in, you are now in the elevator. Let's all roll some initiative.
Oh,
This poor dragonborn. Huh.
Nice one, nerd. Believe me.
Alright. Ba-ding.
So would I take precedence over him because I have a higher dex mod?
Let's see here.
And then Chuman has a higher mod than me, so it'd be Chuman, me, him.
What is your dexterity?
+3.
You do.
And then Chuman has like +4 in it, so.
Let's see. Chuman. And then Xalia. Ta-da!
Whoa.
Alright. Makayla, as you see this Dragonborn unhook this very large mining pick and prepare to defend himself from the onslaught of the proclaimed hooligans that he has declared, what would you like to do?
So how do you what exactly is like the sweep, like the knock prone special attack? How does that work exactly?
It is an attack action. It's a special attack action. So you take the attack action, and then you can replace one of your attacks with shove prone. And it is an athletics check from the user, and contested by an athletics or an acrobatics check from the victim or from the target.
Yeah. Looks at -1 strength. Eesh, I don't know about that one. Alright. Unfortunate. Well, God, I can't believe it seems like such a whatever. I'd activate its blessing and just try and like try and hit him, I guess. I don't know. I feel like not really into this, but like like going for like the trying to like sweep, you know, like just trying to hit
25 hits.
like very very non-lethally as possible.
You very non-lethally hit this Dragonborn for 7 damage. He says ow.
This is I'm just trying to like move him.
Bonk.
Just like try and do that and like almost like try and push past him to get to the whatever the like panel
You're right.
he messed with.
Yeah, he is in front of a panel that he kind of like ripped off and like did something with.
Oh, and then I guess while that's happening, can I use? Or, sorry, I would use the Gathering Swarm. So I need him to make a what is it? Strength saving. So yeah, I forgot I could do this.
He gets a 20.
Gosh, I don't think this has worked once, by the way. Maybe once, but alright. Well,
You don't use
oh,
it
and my
very
turn
often.
right here. I use it like at least 3 times.
Yeah, very often. Go ahead, Pastiche. You have reached the top of the elevator. You can hear some scuffle.
Are they fighting in there?
Possibly.
You just hear like Makayla be like, "Please move out of the way."
Is there any kind of like opening on the top of this elevator, or am I blind to what's inside?
You are blind to what's inside. The top of the elevator is solid metal.
Is it like the size of it? Is it like what do you call it? Like, does it just have like a small guard railing and then like beams at the corners holding it up, or is it like fully encased?
It is fully encased.
Okay.
And Xalia spider climbed through the open door, right?
That's correct.
What a cryptid.
That's the point. Hey.
I suppose there's not much we can do until the elevator stops.
I think you could try and stop the elevator.
Pastiche is going to point at the roof and whisper to Makayla, "Are you alright in there?"
Makayla, you can respond using your reaction.
I am fine, but are you still up? Hold on. I am fine. I'm trying to stop the elevator. Is how she would respond.
And then Pastiche, you can respond with your reaction.
Good luck.
No? Okay, bye Sigma.
Alright. Anything else, Pastiche? You got
Nope.
Bonus action, some movement?
I sure do.
Alright. Go ahead, Chuman. You're on a descending elevator. You guys have descended maybe 30 feet now from your initial spot.
Is there anything we can see as we're descending, or is it just
You can
pitch
see
black?
you can see the city around you. There's the rest of the city of Baskar. You're descending past a few rings of the city. You can see now you might be in something of a working district. You can see like the sign of a shop or a bar. Descending more, you can see the sign of Andor, the lovely tavern, and there's a couple people staring at you. And you look up and you can see another face. It's a little too dusty to see clearly, but you can see someone peering out over the landing that you had just left, and that's what you see. We'll go ahead and call that your bonus action.
What is the mechanism? Is this like the floating platforms that we came down for the layers, or is this like a more mechanical elevator? I assume it's mechanical because they like had a switch and stuff on it, right?
You did not get a good look, but you can assume that is.
I mean, Makayla wouldn't know, but like I feel like the people on top of it, if there's like a cable, they'd see that, right?
They can see that it is going against a sort of like a railing or like a cylinder. It's kind of like it's a free-standing elevator with like a pole at the back. That is what you see. If you'd like to see any more, I'll ask for a perception check and I'll take your action.
Yeah, I'd like to see more.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception. Alright. You can see like a little streaks of sparks coming from the pole, and you I don't know how you're able to accomplish this, but I'll just give it to you. At the bottom there is a crystal that is maneuvering it up and down with its buoyant magic. So that's how it's powered as far as its levitation goes. Anything else is a little difficult. You look up though, and you see through the dust that the face of that figure up on the landing is a little familiar, but it's still difficult to make out.
Chuman's not gonna do anything. I'm gonna end my turn.
Alright, Xalia, you have spider climbed onto the roof of this inside elevator. You have just seen Makayla bonk this dude, and he seems kind of aggressive. What would you like to do?
She's gonna just drop from the ceiling to the floor.
Okay.
And then as she's standing up, she's going to like shapeshift into a skeleton version of this guy.
Okay.
In such a sense that you can like illusionarily see like flesh falling out of her as she's standing up.
Okay.
And then she's gonna point at him with her little bony claw.
Okay.
That's it.
Man.
She's just trying to spook him.
This
She's
guy's
just
lucky
mad
the
at him,
other
just to
half
fuck
of
with
our
him,
party
huh?
didn't stop to shake him down.
Say one more time.
So this guy's lucky the other half of our party didn't show up to shake him down. What the heck's going on in there?
Like she's legitimately just mad at him. She wants to fuck with him.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
Makayla literally just tried to push him. That's all she's trying to do.
No, we're just out here, the troublemakers. Just
Push
chilling.
him with a big stick.
That's all I get.
Depending on review, that's actually good. So Viru'Valge is kind of shaken a little bit, but he doesn't make any immediate moves towards you. He's just kind of trying to like size you up, Xalia, and see what you're about, because you look like a skeletal dragonborn that just shapeshifted in front of him. And it's like, stand behind me, ma'am. I'll protect you from the skeleton. and he gets in front of Makayla and interposes himself between Xalia and Makayla, exposing
Amazing.
the panel behind him. And
think
he
he's
takes
been
the dodge action.
Xalia is going to very slowly walk towards him.
Okay, Zoaz. You
Zoaz.
hear mild peril. It seems the only one that's in peril is the Dragonborn.
I feel like Makayla's like very much like was like trying to like move out of the way. Please just stop this. Like just trying to get him to stop.
Could Zoaz lean over the edge and see into the train car or the elevator car?
Yeah, it'll take some movement. We'll say it takes 15 movement.
Okay, so we'll just use we'll just move like over here.
Yeah, alright, you can see the scene before you. There is a skeletal dragonborn looking person pointing menacingly at a non-skeletal dragon person who seems to be defending an old elf lady in the corner with his mind pick. He is interposed between the two, using the railing that's in the middle of the elevator as sort of like a defensive buffer barrier. Behind the Dragonborn, near Makayla, is an open panel with some mechanism, some sparking, like electrical mechanism, where some wires have been rearranged to insert into a red crystal.
Zoaz sees this and then sees Xalia antagonizing the Dragonborn. And just quietly says to himself, "Oh, Selune, help me." And he's going to deliberate a bit. And then cast sleep on the inside of the elevator.
Okay. Roll 5.
On all of us?
Yeah.
At level
so,
1 or 2 or 3? Or wait, you don't have 3. At level 1 or 2?
Just 1.
Okay. Go ahead.
So it'd be 5d8.
Yeah, go ahead and roll 5d8.
And I'm specifically targeting this on like the inside of it, so it shouldn't target like us on the roof, right?
It's enclosed, so
I'll
it
say,
shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's enclosed.
Yeah, I'll say that it doesn't move through walls, so yeah. Okay, 27. Xalia, what's your HP?
22.
You go to sleep. You're unconscious.
Do I not get a save against this?
Not against sleep.
Not against
God damn.
It's just
sleep is so good.
It attacks your hit points. And then Makayla, you feel a sense of drowsiness wash over you, and you are lulled into a relaxed composition, but then you blink and you stumble and bring yourself back, as if kind of like you're sitting and you kind of nod off for a moment, but then you come back, snap to attention.
I was hoping that the hit Makayla had done would have lowered him enough.
Meanwhile, the skeleton dragonborn just fucking falls into a pile of bones. Fucking like dry bones over here.
Mission accomplished, Zoaz. What would you like to do?
We're neutralized. We got him, boys.
Yeah. Fish and mailed.
Alright. Is that your turn? You want to stay there?
Zoaz is going to like angrily like ah, and then say, "Sir, I have put her to sleep. Please calm down."
Alright, Twig. What would you like to do, Twig, as this scene unfolds around you?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know I was muted. Could Twig peek inside the elevator door as well to see inside?
Yeah, same cost, 15 movement. You can see.
Okay, that's fine.
You can see what has just happened.
Okay.
How long does Featherfall last?
1 minute.
Hmm.
Twig is going to look at the Dragonborn guarding Makayla from the apparent pile of bones, and just look incredulously, and then cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Pond.
You have an invisible mage hand.
Well,
That's
What?
not correct.
Makayla hand.
Makayla is very confused right now.
So we'll just say you cast mage hand. It's invisible, so.
Okay, yeah, it's invisible anyway. And I would like to use my bonus action to move the Mage Hand behind the Dragonborn and see if I can pickpocket him.
You can pick
Wow! I was like, oh, he's gonna use it to like get at the panel
Full
and
sleight
put
of
it
hand.
on the elevator. No, he's trying to fucking steal.
Got him,
What the panel
GG's.
does?
True.
Alright, 15. Let's see here.
Oh!
Roll a d10. Twig. Alright. You pickpocket, snatch up really. Let's see, how much money does this guy have on him?
Wow.
What are you going for? Like, are you going for money or just anything?
Anything. I don't know what he has.
Alright, well you snag from a satchel that looks interesting. You snag 8 gold and 8 silver. And you snag a blue gemstone. You take this in the fist of your invisible mage hand, and you have these things in your mage hand right now. He seems like he's got like a beverage holder, like that's dangling on his side, but that looked a little too risky to go for.
Mage Hand has 30 feet of movement. Would I be able to move it back up to the top of the elevator?
Totally. You want to pocket that?
Yes, please.
All yours.
By the end of this campaign, Viru'Valge is just going to be destitute and like paranoid.
I love Viru'Valge.
He doesn't
Alright.
love us.
Viru'Valge feels his pockets become slightly lighter because metal is heavy, and
I mean-
gemstone is heavy. And then he looks around.
Twig is just gonna give a little wave and then, like, push back pop back up on top of the elevator.
Gaining his attention, he points at you! You again! Alright, Makayla.
Makayla, I guess, would see that Twig's there now.
Defeated the bones, but lost.
Take the opportunity to just like go and she does not know the technology, the magic, but she is desperately looking at this panel to try and do something to it.
Okay, the panel. Let's see. So, looking at the panel, you already see the basic description. If you want to, kind of mess with it, or what are you trying to do?
She's trying to stop the elevator.
Okay, make a...
Or at least, yeah, stop it, slow it down, move it back up. Because she doesn't know everyone's on the roof of it now.
Make an Arcana check, or a regular Wisdom check. Your choice.
The music choice reflected. The music choice is a perfect reflection of this.
I agree.
I'm happy. Alright, let's see. Wisdom. Alright, so you don't know Makayla, as Makayla already understands about herself and decides, she doesn't know anything about the technology that this is doing or what kind of magic is influencing it. But these wires look good. You know, things run on wires. That's common sense. You pull one of the wires and the elevator stops. You remove the wire on the right. There's specifically a right wire. You remove that from the red crystal, and the elevator kind of violently stops. I need everyone on the top to make an acrobatic check.
Oh,
natural 20.
The climbing skills, they've come back!
No.
Alright, Chuman.
You have advantage
fall off
on
of the elevator again.
underground.
The violent stopping of the elevator as Makayla removes this wire, but you don't know, causes you to lose your balance, and you topple over the side of the elevator. You are hanging off the side by your fingertips.
What a comedy of errors.
Pastiche. The elevator violently stops and Chuman tumbles. He's alive for now. Because he is clinging to the top. What would you like to do in this situation?
What?
What do you mean, what?
I guess Pastiche is gonna offer Chuman a hand.
Alright, make a strength check. Well, actually, nah, never mind. You pull him up. It's easy enough.
Cool.
So, Chuman, the honorable Pastiche has saved you, perhaps once again, and pulls you to the top of the elevator, and you two are reunited. What else would you like to do?
You alright, friend?
Yes. My many thanks.
Go ahead.
The elevator has stopped. For some reason. Did we not want to go down?
I
Zoaz
suppose.
is still leaning over the side, right?
It is still Pastiche's turn.
Okay. Sorry.
I suppose one of them at least found the lever.
Well, Pastiche sits down, crosses their legs, crosses their arms, and waits.
Chuman, it's your turn.
Chuman, after having a near-death moment. Question, is there room to peep over?
Yeah.
Since Twig and Zoaz are currently peeping.
Yeah, there's one more slot available. You peek in and you see the thing. You see the situation. Makayla is messing with the Makayla, with her back to you, is messing with the panel, just maneuvering wires around, and
yeah, she's like trying to get the elevator to go up now because she still thinks people are like at the platform because Pastiche never said you were on top of the roof.
But you don't know that, and there is Viru'Valge. They're pointing out on the outside of the door, calling after Twig.
This is the most harassed person in the history of Khorzaire.
Okay. Chuman's going to peep in, and he's going to yell over towards Makayla. Makayla, we do be more careful with the controls, please.
Why are you on the roof?
Complications. Never mind that. Just try to get it to move down again, please. And this time Chuma's gonna hold on to something, and Chuma's gonna hold on to something to just in case for the violent movement again and end this turn.
Alright, you steady yourself. Xalia, you're asleep.
Going to make snoring noises as bones that rumble the entire skeleton.
Cool. Okay.
So you just hear like bone clicking.
Viru'Valge tentatively like peers over and looks at bony Xalia, but bony dragonborn him Xalia, and takes a step back, taps Makayla on the shoulder. Looks like the danger's past, ma'am. Don't mess with that. It's careful. Look, looks like there's still some hooligans on the roof.
Sir, with all due respect, you are the danger.
What?
We mean you no harm.
You whacked him with a stick!
To move him! It was like a shove! It was like kind of like a shove out of the way, but he stood strong.
What an answer.
What are you doing here? Why are you trying to get on this elevator? You're not a miner.
We're just trying to go down.
It only goes down to the mine. Why would you go to the mine?
That's none of your business.
Let's do it. But Viru'Valge uses his action to take stock of the people that he has seen on the elevator, both inside and out. Places his pick on the side, and then face palms. Zoaz, it is your turn. Actually, you know what? We're out of combat. No one's fighting anymore. You just have you have a defeated dragonborn.
Defeated and confused. Hell yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Are you keeping her asleep though?
It's actually, I don't think it's concentration. Is
It is not concentration. I don't choose when you wake up.
Xalia's just asleep forever.
For a minute.
See. After a few moments, you all sense the tension of the elevator dissipate, and Viru'Valge kind of tentatively looks out. Hey, get out from on top of there.
Are you all on top of this elevator?
Zoaz will say, yes, Makayla.
In the next moment, before anyone can respond to Zoaz's comment, there's another thump.
Oh my god.
And you are joined by another person on top of the
Oh
elevator.
no.
Wasn't it like 50 feet down at this point?
And a husky, gravelly voiced lady with flowing curls and a brown shawl calls out to you all, "Hey, you got room for one more here?" And there's Mouse. Swinging, looks like she has jumped using her grappling hook as a tether to the top of the elevator, and she pulls it from. Now she's just kind of like swinging it idly, casually, looking at Zoaz, Chuman, and Pastiche, and Twig.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, you hear it too.
Who's up there now?
Zoaz, like, pushes himself up. He was, you know, like he had both hands on the edge of the elevator and was like his head over in, like, looking in. He pushes himself up and turns. And then he goes back down. I believe it was the lady we met at the city gates?
This is a very funny scene in my mind.
It is.
Zoaz
guys...
looking up, looking at Mouse for a moment, and then dipping his head back into the elevator. Hey, it's the lady we met.
I want you all to know that should combat have gone one more, I would have tried to show Viru'Valge the writ of enforcement from on top of.
Oh my god!
We have a badge.
Sir, I have a badge.
All right, I mean, go ahead, guys.
But
do whatever.
But yeah,
Chuman just looks confused because he doesn't even remember Mouse.
Maybe 10
Probably
seconds
legitimately a good thing that you put Xalia to sleep, because she would have kept escalating.
Zoaz is going to. Is the elevator still like in place, right?
It is. It has not started moving again. That's correct.
Zoaz is going to quickly push himself up, and away from the edge of the elevator. And he's in a seated position now, and he's just going to let out a long, exasperated sigh. And then collect himself.
So, are we going down, or should I go back up? What is
Down,
happening?
my friend. Please.
Mouse pops in. Hey,
Oh,
I know
you.
the party's up here and all, but should we go inside the elevator? It might be a little less dangerous, and definitely, she looks around, a little less attention grabbing.
Attention grabbing? Us?
She gives you a wink. Do you need help going in? And you all don't look like climbers.
How does she feel about the pile of bones?
She doesn't know.
Okay.
Twig vigorously nods his head yes.
I'll have you know, I am quite the skilled climber.
Oh, after you, Shepherd.
No one is starting. This elevator is going nowhere until you're all inside of it.
She looks at Mouse looks at Chuman and Pastiche. You heard the disembodied voice. Keep your hands and arms inside the elevator at all times.
As you wish.
We mustn't make her wait then.
Mouse fusses with Twig, like attaching like something of a quick harness to him, and Twig are able to do a trust fall / rappel into the elevator.
Okay, once everyone's in. Oh, sorry. The Makayla will start the elevator again.
Yeah. Pastiche is just gonna climb over the edge.
Okay.
Can't be that complicated.
Hey,
It is not complicated for a snake of Pastiche's stature.
Zoaz will also make his way inside the elevator as best he can.
Okay, and then
Master climber Zoaz.
everyone's able to get into the elevator. Mouse plucks up her grappling hook and then kind of like gets down, hands on the edge of the top of the opening, kind of like flips down backwards and like kind of like backwards swings into the elevator. She's kind of cool, and everyone is now in the elevator.
there are no other passengers on this elevator? She like looks around.
Well, looks like we're the only ones. Mouse dusts her hands and closes the door. While Viru'Valge is quietly stewing.
Makayla will sigh and then like look at our two, I guess, passengers now, or two additional passengers, and be like, just so you know that there very well could be very dangerous people waiting for us at the other end of this elevator.
You don't gotta tell me that. I'm leaving. As soon as this elevator gets down, I'm going back up. Forget you guys. I know what this world's about now. I'm leaving. I'm leaving Baskar. This city's no good.
I really have no idea who you are or what your story is, but okay. And we'll just start the elevator.
Alright. So, Makayla, you use your amazing wisdom to replace the wire, and you all descend. Mouse kind of like leans up against the wall, arms crossed. She kind of like lets out a little song. I am the passenger, and I ride, and I ride, and I ride.
How does she react to the bone pile? I need to know.
Before long, she realizes that there is a pile of dragonborn bones on the ground. She looks at it for a moment, looks around at all the other passengers, seeing none of them react.
There's something on my face.
And looks back
Yeah,
at
Makayla's gonna wait till we're at the end. We'll pick up.
looks back at the pile of dragonborn bones. Decides that she also should not react, shrugs, and looks out and just closes her eyes with a little
I
grin.
pretend I do not see it.
The sleep icon is perfect for that.
Okay, and let's see here. Makayla, after a few minutes, sorry, not Makayla, Xalia, after a few minutes, the sleep spell wears off, and also your natural sleep wears off, and you are back awake, but you are on the ground. And you are on an elevator. This elevator seems to descend forever into the belly of Baskar. Several minutes pass.
How does Xalia like react to just like waking up surrounded by everyone who's just nonchalantly standing?
At this time, you all can do something in the elevator while it delivers you to your destination. You have a nonchalant mouse and a very frustrated Viru'Valge.
I mean, she's going to fucking get dry bones her way back up. And probably like spit out some illusory fire in frustration. Maybe a little bit more than a bit.
Zoaz will notice, turn around and say, Xalia, please. Just a hiss.
No, just kind of a questioning growl, hair like but deeper to match, Skellington.
Do not antagonize our passengers, please.
I'm gonna give him a confused head tilt.
Xalia doesn't know what antagonizing is, she just does this.
A peculiar person you've picked up, Zoaz.
Who's saying that?
The disembodied voice in your head.
Zoaz just shakes his head.
I mean, Makayla will. Oh, sorry.
And she's probably just gonna in the corner.
Yeah, Makayla completely nonplussed by Xalia's, I guess, like pouting, like skeletal pouting in the corner. We'll kind of speak to Mouse. So, what? Actually, she'd start this to speak and then realize like she wouldn't be able to answer the question herself, so she just stopped talking. She just was like, "What are you doing?" And then like stops because it'd be. She realizes the irony of asking that when she didn't respond to Dragonborn guy's question about it.
Mouse.
Just kind of awkwardly stands in the elevator.
Mouse does open her mouth to speak and ask a question to the group. So I don't normally do pickup lines, but are you guys going my way? Seems like it.
I suppose so.
All right. Well,
This is a one-way, correct?
it's kind of a multi-way. One way goes to the regular mine, and then the other way goes to the secret mine, the extra mine. Extra mine's where I'm going, and I'm hoping that we're going together. More the merrier.
What?
Zoaz raises a scaly eyebrow. And extra mine?
Right. That's where I got kicked out from earlier. Not really allowed to go to that place. But that's where the secret operation is going on. And that's where the secret stuff is. That's where I need to be. Looks like you guys are going the same place.
Are we?
Are we? We'll find out in a moment, I guess.
Does it have anything to do with Makayla would, I guess, try and move out of the way of like whatever was a dragonfly?
Yes.
Like etched onto one of the panels? And just kind of point to it?
Mal says, aye, that's the one. Has to do with that operation. There's some secrets down there. I aim to find out. They're keeping it there. Something doesn't sit right with me or Future's answer, so they sent me out to check it out. They're looking for knowledge, they're looking for something, they're digging up something, but they're not telling anybody. And I'm here to find out.
Chuman looks over to the red dragonborn and he asks, have you ever heard of this secret mine?
Nope, not heard of nothing. I'm leaving Mascar. I'm quitting. Nothing matters no more. I'm quitting. I'm not gonna be a miner anymore.
Chuman just smiles at his comment and just says, not useful.
Well, you must have heard something.
Chuman, make a persuasion check with advantage since Makayla's helping.
Is that persuasion?
Alright. Viru'Valge crosses his arms and kind of like huffs like a half like a smoky, fiery like snort at you. Nope. Not telling nothing. There's definitely no secret excavation operation, and I definitely wasn't going to it. Doesn't matter. I'm leaving Baskar, quitting, going somewhere else, away from you all.
Okay.
After hearing that, Chuman is... You are on a elevator with everyone else.
Don't remind me.
You should probably at least, provide a little aid for us. If you do know something.
Think my aid's no
Some
longer.
intimidation.
Think my aid's no longer necessary. Your elf ancient over there figured it out. You do that kind of like finagling with the dragon shard that takes you down. It alters its path, you know.
I figured that out.
Yeah, see. Look, let's go to the neighbor mines.
Quickly turns around and does that.
I want to look at his body language to see if he's trying to hide something else.
Okay, make an insight check. Alright, at 10. He's definitely like keeping to himself. Like he's got his arms crossed, he's got his kind of like legs close together, he's hunched a little bit. He's definitely throwing out body language that he doesn't want to be here. Like this is the last place he wants to be. Surrounded by people. surrounded by people. And it's difficult to get much more out of that. Like he's rescinded into himself.
Twig puts a comforting claw on his shoulder and says, "That's all right. I get nervous in crowds too."
Alright, several minutes pass as the lift rattles and shakes. As if to some place it was not meant to go. Kind of like turbulence on an airplane ride. What's that? This rumbling builds to a violent peak. Then the lift stops. And the doors open. By the lift's interior light, you can see into a vast, unlit cavern, strewn with broken stonework from spelunking, as far as you can see in every direction, which is further for the dark vision characters, of course. Everything else is pitch darkness, can't see. The darkness is dotted with the barely visible glow of red crystals that you have come to identify as dragon shards. The air is stale and filled with dust and the scent of blasted rock. Currently you're all standing in the elevator. There's a Viru'Valge tapping his red scaly foot, waiting for all to leave so that he can go back up and quit and quit his day job. Mouse bounces out and looks back at you all. In fact, she's right there.
I guess. Wait, are we in? We're out of it, right?
You're currently in the elevator.
Oh.
Zoaz is going to step out of the elevator.
All right.
Yeah.
You all step out of the elevator, and Viru'Valge lets out a finally going somewhere else.
Pastiche shoots Viru'Valge a smile on the way out.
Ayla will grow another jaw on the back of her head just to at him.
Alright, you automatically succeed on this intimidation check, and he punches the elevator button, the doors close, and he goes back up. And you all exit. You're in this cavern, and there's Mouse there with you. She looks around. She seems to be checking her pouch for something, and the music changes. About this time, about this time, you can hear. Well, no, go ahead, Makayla.
Yeah, I would say, like, do you think we should have asked if he could send that back down once he's done? I think we lost our only way up.
Xalia shrugs.
Something tells me he wouldn't have listened.
Yes, I believe that bridge was burned as soon as Twig pocketed some of his money.
You didn't notice.
You did what?
You did wave at him.
Why did you? What do you have against this man? Anyway, not important.
Alright. As Makayla mentions that it's not important, perhaps about this time, that you hear the telltale, and your focus shifts more towards the mineshaft, and the rumble of the elevator is no longer audible. About this time, you hear the telltale ringing of mining equipment, clanging and echoing throughout the cavern. You progress forward a little bit. It's difficult to tell if it's in this shaft or elsewhere in the strip mine, but there is one particularly notable percussion of mining equipment above all the others within the rhythm. You can see this mineshaft is mostly irregular in shape. This apparently only applies to dark vision characters right now because nobody else can see. With an uneven ceiling ranging from 15 feet to 30 feet high. Some areas look a little more difficult to traverse with rubble and kind of like half-cracked boulders that would slow anyone down. Which means as far as the map is concerned, if you find a square that has rubble in it, it is difficult terrain, which is half movement. Zoaz and Zoaz and Chuman, you can see a minecart filled with rocks that seems to be poised to roll over a bridge spanning a pool of water. You guys have been walking for maybe about half a minute before you come across this, and there you are in the darkness. Mouse by this time has pulled out a torch.
Chuman has dark vision, right?
Yes.
Because it's
And Mouse also illuminates this for the rest of the characters by moving the torch high ahead. You all can see this thing. What would you like to do?
Thank you, Mouse. So, did Orion say where? Or that strange psychic, I think. Did they say where we were supposed to go?
You guys are working for House Orion?
Makayla was like very much like, not really, but like,
don't worry, I get it. He's the one that heads this operation. Toka's down here somewhere too, I know, but he's usually much deeper in the mines. This, up ahead there's a pool of water. We'll need to use the bridge to get across, and then there's a track that descends deeper into the mine. There's a big gap, a big hole in the wall. That's as far as I got. But I think altogether we can get further. Maybe anyway.
Dwarf.
Sorry. Well, guess nowhere to go but forward.
Alright, so I'm assuming you all move forward. So ahead of you with this minecart, looks like rocks. It's ready to go over this bridge that Mouse spoke of. Is anyone but Mouse pulling out a torch?
No.
Do I have
Wish I
one?
had any.
Oh, I do have some.
Zoaz, rather than pulling out a torch, is going to share dark vision up to 300 feet with 1, 2, 5, 6 up to my wisdom modifier +3 with Twig, Xalia, and Pastiche.
Alright. So while I am updating you guys' tokens, go ahead and tell me how that comes about.
Zoaz is going to pull out his staff and raise it slightly. And with his other hand, he's going to, wave it around in front of him and whisper, Selene, share thy blessings with my patriots. And a small wisp of silvery fog, almost like the clouds you might see in front of the moon. You know, like on a clear moon, full moon, sort of like slither out and not surround, but like they like swirl around you, and you find your vision becoming clear in the dark. You can see far further than normal.
If a bit monochrome.
Yes.
Yeah, Makayla would pull out a torch.
Alright, one torch for you.
For herself.
Okay. You illuminate
Double
the area. So with the illumination, now that people can see appropriately,
Wait, only enough without night vision?
you can see this pool of water as you come up to it. It looks like they found a spring of groundwater and then left it and built a bridge over it. The water is still. The bridge looks like it is made of lacquered wood. The rails look sturdy. What are you guys up to?
Makayla would ask Mouse, do you know where were the guards stationed last you were here?
Yeah, they're... I don't... There's usually even one or two right here at the minecart. Usually just sneak past them is pretty easy, but no one's here. It actually seems kind of quiet in this alcove. Something's kind of up.
You don't say. Makayla, yeah, very much thinks this is a trap.
Chuman, hearing that guards were stationed near the cart, is going to search for any footprints.
Okay. Looking for footprints is survival.
Survival, okay.
If anyone else is doing something of the same sort, then make it known now.
Xalia is just looking down.
Okay.
Pastiche is busy adjusting to this incredible dark vision.
Yeah.
It is pretty incredible, Pastiche.
It is.
The blessing of Selene is something to... is a sight to behold.
Pastiche is gonna sidle up behind Zoaz and whisper, "Do you always see like this?"
Yes, my friend. It is one of many gifts that Selene has given me over the years.
Impressive.
Indeed.
Alright. Chuman, you get down and check around the minecart, and you see definitely several boot prints, all walking away from the minecart, and then they jump on the rail, and then you can't see them any longer. So there definitely were people here. These are very easy to make out. So these are definitely the freshest set. So this is the latest movement that happened. Everyone went further into the mine. And they definitely used the bridge to get there. Xalia, as you peer down into this water, it's definitely still. It's much clearer than perhaps expected at first. We'll say you're quietly reminded of the last pool of water that you found in a cave.
That's fine.
Flashbacks, let's go.
You look around and it's very easy to tell that this water is clear to see. There are no immediate dangers in it. Make a perception check though.
Chuman is gonna mention up. Seems like these prints are pretty fresh, so whatever was happening, they have all moved on further inwards.
Alia's going to get out her new water stick.
Okay. You don't see anything else in the water, but you can see that it is maybe like 20, 30 feet deep.
Okay.
And let's see. So you get out your water stick, and by that you mean the spear.
Yes.
All right. So what's everyone else doing?
I mean, upon hearing that there used to be guards here, or there should be like more guards from Mouse, and then that Chuman said that there were people recently here, Makayla would be very much on high alert.
Okay.
Because she's now pretty convinced that we're walking straight into a trap.
Okay. So roll me either perception or investigation for your heightened alertness.
Oh.
Okay. If anyone else is doing, hang on, stay there.
Sorry.
Always more important. Tell me what you're doing before you do it. Is anyone else assisting Makayla in this thing?
Pastiche wouldn't really be looking suspiciously, but they are going to approach the bridge and just survey the area.
Chuman is gonna be on pretty high alert.
Okay. So Pastiche and Chuman also, please. Well, anyone that's on high alert, which is probably the whole party, just everyone roll me a perception check. Let's just get this
Not
out.
Xalia.
Except for Xalia.
Man, low rolls today.
That's not perception. There we go.
Oh, is this? Oh, no. DB4 is your favorite terrain, right?
It's
No, it's
Gloomstalker stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is
It's
your
on checks.
Chuman. This does classify as your favorite terrain, though. So let me know if anything comes up that would benefit from favorite terrain. Because I'm relying on you, because it is your feature. Pastiche. You look around on this bridge. You set a footstep on it. It seems sturdy, but you look around, surveying the cool gray walls, the cool gray bridge, the cool gray water, because everything's in monochrome now, except for the area that Makayla is lighting with a torch.
Right.
The smell is different in this alcove. It is of the scent of freshly extinguished fire. And what languages do you know?
Languages. Common and Draconic.
Okay, you can hear some quiet, urgent murmurs in Dwarven. Which you don't know, because that is a language you don't know.
How do you recognize that as Dwarven then? Yeah.
I mean,
never
you
mind.
I don't know German, but I can recognize when something is German.
All
This
right.
would not recognize Dwarven.
Okay.
That is a
I
mistake from the
assure
DM. Ignore that. So only Pastiche can hear this, but you hear quiet, urgent murmurs in a language you don't know.
On that note, for the Natural Explorer, since I was checking the footprints, it says that while tracking other creatures, I can learn their exact numbers, sizes, and how long ago they passed the area.
Dang, that's pretty good. All
That is
right, so
pretty
yeah, you hella succeeded on that survival check. So you can ascertain several. It says exact number, like it specifically says exact.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the exact number.
Let's see.
Ranger OP.
5 plus 3 is the most recent for this track that you have founded. And what was it? What was after that?
Sizes and how long they have passed and through the area.
Okay. They're all medium, except for one, which is a particularly large set of footprints. And maybe not too long ago. The first set of footprints Dang, how do you get this from footprints? The first set of footprints is maybe an hour or two. The 5 set of different kind of like boot prints. Boot prints? Boot prints. Oh my goodness.
Boot prints.
Talking's already hard, guys. The 5 set is much earlier, perhaps just a few minutes ago.
I think like how it works is how undisturbed they are.
Yeah.
It's kind of how long it takes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you would be able to alert the party of this before Pastiche starts hearing this. These murmurs that he has just heard. So we're back to Pastiche. You hear some quiet, urgent murmurs in a language you don't understand, and you can see. You rolled a 16. You can see kind of like the shifting of shadows, like in this direction.
Okay. Pastiche is going to extend an arm. Do you all hear that? The voices. You're not alone here.
Now that it's been like pointed out, would we be able to hear it if you like try and focus on it?
It's very, very faint. I would say probably only Makayla, since you're further ahead. You would be able to hear the murmurs, but you can't make anything out.
I do know Dwarvish.
Yeah, but it's a can you hear it at all thing.
Okay,
it's too quiet to make it out, but Pastiche is able to hear it because he's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
So you can hear this thing now, yes, but it's too quiet to make out.
Twig is gonna lower his voice and whisper to Pastiche. Does it sound like people? How many? Or which direction is it coming from?
It's certainly people. Pastiche points towards this hallway, and it's coming from there.
It could be an ambush.
Pastiche, might you and I take a look while the party stays?
I mean, Makayla would have been already walking in, like trying to quietly walk at this point. She wouldn't really just be like standing on this bridge.
Even after Pastiche like put his hand on you to stop you?
I mean, yeah, we're like trying to quietly move, thinking a little slowly and quietly move forward. I don't think Makayla would just stand here.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Just brushed off.
As the party is discussing, you do realize that Makayla is heading on this bridge.
Like, yeah, she knows there's people there. That was what she was expecting in the first place. So.
Okay.
Zoaz will follow.
All right. On.
Actually, she would even. How close is? Well, yeah, she would even like douse her flame. To try and make it easier to sort of stealthily walk up.
Hang on 1 second, guys.
Out of character, not gonna lie. I actually forgot about the explorer part for this character.
It's rare that it ever gets to be useful, but look at you.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see here. So you guys are moving forward, or Makayla's maneuvering forward. Let's see here.
Just slowly.
Alright. Slowly,
Trying to-
tentatively.
Mm-hmm.
Pastiche, as the companion of your party moves forward, the area around you suddenly gets tense, and Go ahead and roll me a d20, but add 7 to it.
Oh boy. Man, hitting those 15s today.
Nice. Let's see here. I will also roll a d20, but not add 7 to it. Alright. Pastiche, as Makayla moves forward, she's clearly trying to be cautious and alert and making sure that nothing happens, but in what must be her blind spot, a stocky dwarf wielding some kind of peculiar lance rushes forward, and in the moment of action, you have the first to go. So this is combat, and you beat his initiative.
Cool.
Because you cannot be surprised.
Hey.
And let's everyone else roll initiative.
Oh, I can see him. Okay.
I'm drilling those 8s today. Let's go.
Okay, Pastiche.
Oh.
What would you like to do as the music changes into fighty music?
Oh.
Coming right up.
Eyeing this dwarf, who clearly has malicious intent.
Absolutely.
Pastiche is going to shout out, "Watch out!" And web up this area.
Yo, web them though.
Web ball.
Alright.
Web slang.
Let's see here.
Just in time for Spider Monday.
Okay, so zoop, you throw a batch of sticky ink. It splashes and splatters across all the cavern walls and creates a thick, goopy mess that they're going to have some high difficulty maneuvering through shortly. And we'll find out on the next time of initiative rolls. What else you got, Pastiche?
I think Pastiche is gonna slink past Makayla and move forward along the bridge.
Okay. You rush forward, and with your newfound dark vision, and knowing that there's people, you sense more dwarven malicious people off to your right and in front of you.
She's going to yell to the party, "There are more of them. Keep your wits about you."
Alright. Speaking of wits, this person's gonna make a... You got 2, actually.
Oh, sick.
We're gonna make a saving throw. Not a chance. Oh, I'm gonna go back to public rolls. He rolled a 3.
Cool.
Mans is restrained.
Let's go.
Alright, so the goopy ink, as this stony skinned dwarf, he goes to kind of like huck this weird vial at you, but the ink wraps around his arm and holds him fast, and so he has to make it at disadvantage.
Oh,
21.
This guy's a cheater.
Let's see here.
Can't believe he blew that dice away.
Absolute cheater.
Alright. Makayla, this vial splashes into you, and this hot neon orange alchemical concoction splashes on you, and yeah, that doesn't feel good. And it deals 1d4 fire damage. Okay. And then this dude finishes the surprise round with making a dexterity save to see if he is webbed. Dang!
Nice 3.
Nice threes, guys.
The 3 gang.
3 gang. Alright. So this dude cannot get to what he wants to do. So instead, he's just going to become big.
Flashbacks.
And he bursts out of the web, maybe? Let's see.
Big
It's
and
a strength check afterwards, yeah? Okay, well he still sucks. So he is still enwebbed. Alright. Which brings us back around to Pastiche. It is your turn again in the actual combat now.
Alright.
Wait, do I take extra fire damage? Because technically, like, a surprise turn is just like a stun turn, right?
Yeah, it'll happen on your turn.
Okay.
Pastiche is gonna lean on old reliable when he's brush around himself a bit.
You sound disappointed about this.
Not at all.
Okay.
And there are more pastiches.
With a splash of ink, there are more pastiches. Okay.
And Pastiche is just gonna stay stanced up at the end of the bridge.
Alright. This is the stance. This one is going to hurl... Let's see, can't move. This one's going to hurl a vial of... Whoa, why is your HP 3 out of 26? Makayla.
I think you took 21 damage from the 1d4 instead of 2. Just like an extra
Yeah,
one.
You took the attack roll, not the... Yeah?
Oh, sorry, I thought it was both an attack roll and the... Because I failed... Oh.
Nope.
No, you only take the
Oh,
fire
it's all-
damage.
Oh, it's only the 1d4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood what was going on there.
It just does fire damage, and you're on fire forever now.
Okay.
You can use the dexterity check to extinguish the fire, but it takes an action to do so. But for the or anyone else can as well, or do something. Let's see, what was it? Oh, yeah, so we're also gonna throw acid at Makayla.
Very cool.
Saved.
Bless disadvantage. Alright. But the acid vial goes wide and splashes into the cavern wall near Chuman. There's like a slight tingling burningness on your cheek, Chuman. And then you hear some cursing in Dwarven. Something about Makayla being beardless. Zoaz, your turn.
Zoaz is going to step forward in front of Makayla, and then is going to see the big duergar, or dwarf, excuse me.
Oh,
He doesn't know that it's a duergar. He's a big dwarf. And he's going to Sacred Flame him.
You can decide that they're duergar, yeah.
Let's go, Skyrim, let's go.
Let's see. Oh wait, if they're restrained, don't they auto-fail dexterities?
I think so.
I'm going to
I
find
believe
out.
that is the case.
They have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Well, he rolled a natural one with a
My
disadvantage.
dude failed.
Go ahead.
He is definitely failing.
Alright. Owie.
With a staff spin and a swish of the And a switch downwards, a ball of sacred flame descends upon his forehead. His gigantic dwarf forehead.
Okay, this gigantic forehead is a big target, and by golly, you slam a sacred flame into it. Anything else?
No, that'll be my turn.
Okay. Chuman.
Chuman is going to... I want to yell this. Chuman is going to say towards Zoaz and Makayla, be careful, there are several more further down. And he's going to use his longbow on our big restrained foe.
You have advantage on attack rolls against restrained people.
Oh.
So the next one was the next one. Okay, the next one was a 3, but a 16 still hits. Wait, sorry. On this dude?
Yeah.
A 16 does not hit. It clangs off of his armor. He seems to be wearing some sturdy miner getup.
Wish I had a sturdy miner getup.
Would I even be able to fire up to him from that angle? I don't think I can.
Since he's got a big dwarf in the way, you can choose him as a target. He'll get some minor cover, which will increase his AC by a flat amount. Because he's like behind this large dude, and he's kind of like in a hallway. So yeah, you can still shoot him, but it'll be a little easier to, a little more difficult to shoot him.
Chuman's gonna take another shot at our big dwarf instead. Then
Hi-ya! Still with advantage.
this is also an advantage.
Yeah. 21 hits. Yeah, absolutely. And this is your dread ambush attack, so you get an extra bonus. Shoutouts to extra bonuses. I'm waiting for you to max roll it.
There you go.
No, your dread ambush is an extra D8. You can click on the button.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness, he didn't roll it.
Let's go.
Alright, so what's the
I'm
D4?
rolling 8s.
What's the D4 from? Or
D4
was that
is-
just a mistake?
Yeah, it's just a mistake.
Okay. Yeah, you knock an arrow. The first arrow pings off of him, and then readjusting your aim, you nail it into, and it sinks into his beard. He yells and cries out in pain, "Ah, my beard!" But in Dwarven. Alright. I'll move or stay there?
I'm gonna shift over to see more down here, and then that's gonna be end of my turn.
Okay. Xalia.
Alia's gonna, like, she's ignoring this fight. She's gonna try to go for a swim.
Okay.
What?
Sploosh, you are in the water.
Understandable.
Swimming is difficult terrain, takes half speed.
Actually, it does not for her because
Why?
of natural explorer.
She doesn't have it.
No.
Nope,
It
it
extends to
says-
your party members, right?
Yep.
Oh.
Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel.
Alright, I'll
Wait. Wait.
No, that's while traveling for an hour or more in your favorite terrain.
Okay,
We definitely
did.
did. Yeah.
I thought about it.
You're coming up on it, but not yet.
My powers, no.
Yeah, no. She's just gonna go for a swim. Like, she's like, you can see her trying to practice giving herself shapeshift like fishtails and fins and whatnot, but she's
Cool.
just flopping around in the water.
Alright. Xalia plops
Does your
into the
spear
water.
react at all to being in the water?
Does what?
The water spear. Does it react at all to being in the water?
You don't know.
Okay.
Like, just have it out.
Okay, well, since it's visible, no, not really.
Okay.
Alright, this dude. now since he is embiggened. He checks his notes. And he takes a measurement. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, says the dwarf.
In common or dwarf?
In dwarven.
Cool.
Alright. This dwarf has a huge lance-looking thing, but now you see that at the end it ignites a flame, and from it shoots a gout of fire. I need Zoaz and Makayla to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Man, he really wants to put you on fire.
Okay, you guys take half of 11, so 5 damage, and this gout of dwarven fire covers you all, and covers the bridge. The bridge is now on fire. It's probably not going to have a good time very soon. The bridge, that is.
Oh boy.
Okay, from out of the shadows, da, 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 comes whistling a crossbow bolt. At Pastiche. Cool advantage. Does a 12 hit anything?
No.
Okay. There's a curse in Dwarven. And there's another one whistling through. You hear a slam of a reload. Does a 23 hit anything?
Ooh.
Well,
Okay.
yes.
What does it
It
hit?
hits me.
Okay.
The real Pastiche.
Me, the real Pastiche. Alright, 9 piercing damage towards the real
Ow.
Pastiche. As this crossbow bolt sinks into your shoulder, and you hear Dwarven cursing from across the way on the railing. And then he ducks behind the rock and attempts to hide. Which brings us to Twig. Okay, Pastiche, you're still aware of it. I think probably so everyone else.
Makayla has no idea where that arrow came from.
Alright, Twig is going to run up to Makayla and try to put out the flames
Okay.
from the alchemist fire.
Very easy. It's just a helm action. You put out the flames.
Okay, cool.
Just, Makayla, while you're on fire and this bridge is on fire, Twig valiantly rushes onto the burning bridge and pats you down and scoops the goop off. You are no longer immolating.
Thank you.
Alright, what else you got?
Twig is gonna turn behind him to Chuman and Mouse and like wave them across the bridge as it burns around him. And then he runs forward to join Pastiche.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Which brings us to Makayla. We're on a burning bridge.
Sick. Get to it. Yeah, so Makayla's gonna just run forward at this large, entangled dwarf, and would my shillelagh still be active from the elevator?
No, you spent several minutes in there, and she'll less a minute.
Okay. Lame. Alright, she'd have to activate it again, and she'd attack.
You have advantage.
Oh, nice.
22 hits. Hiya! You bonk this dude in the forehead. It seems like a good target, and it's where everyone else has been hitting. For 9 damage, that hurts, yeah.
Yeah. And,
He looks like he's about done. He's wobbling, like even in the goop.
okay. Then, We'll take 1d6 more damage from Gathering Storm, so 1 damage.
Alright, 1 damage is exactly how much you
Kitty.
needed.
Just an arrow, just like a vulture just like lands on his head, collapses. And I still have 1 more movement, so I will step back behind the cover. And my turn.
Okay. You hear surprised Dwarven. To the tune of, where did that bird come from? Golden Avatar! Alright. And then clattering across the railing, heading straight towards first. Is it 25 feet? Heading towards the only person they can hit.
Woo! Let's go.
This one's got this really nasty, jagged-looking, kind of like rock cutter.
Wait, I have to use my reaction to attack him.
Oh, do it. He's running feverishly towards you with this jagged-looking, kind of like double-bladed rock cutter, and 18 just barely hits. And then as he gets within range, you bonk him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great
Ooh.
You stun him for a moment before he just and then brings his rock cutter up in a diagonal swipe, cutting across your midsection. Look out, Makayla! Hiya!
Yeah, those hits.
Okay. So 1d6 plus 4. Don't worry about this. Please don't freak out. 6. He does 10 slashing damage to you.
Okay.
It rolls both of them at the same time, whether they are enlarged or not.
Actually, that's a swing on the Aegis.
It is a good swing. That's his only swing this turn, though. So next, also coming from further in the mine, you hear someone. You hear like some footsteps clomping down on the wooden ramp. You hear a whoop in Dwarven, and they jump off of the ramp, and then visible there is another duergar. They are going to end their turn here, and look around, take stock of the adventurers, and then disappear. He just disappears into this wisp of rocks and dust. Pastiche.
Let's see. Well,
Oh, wait, is it
Hmm?
Okay, never mind. Continue.
okay. Seeing the big dwarf down and a noticeably smaller guy sprinting at Makayla out of the shadows, Pastiche is going to form a large orb of what appears to be prismatic ink. And then swipe it towards this dude.
That's cool. It wiggles and warbles towards him. He's got this crazy mohawk, and you aim to paint it like the canvas that it is. Please roll high. I'm sorry.
I didn't.
All right. A 7 does not hit.
Okay.
But
Then we're gonna-
you do have inspiration. Don't forget, everybody has inspiration.
Oh, that's true.
From
Yeah,
from arriving on time, or earlier than on time. You can re-roll it if you like. It's an improvement from a 7 to an 8. All right. After cheating you out of your or tricking you into using your inspiration, what would you like to do? I'm sorry.
We're gonna sprint around behind him
All right.
and let's see. Yeah, why not? Just take a bite out of crime.
Yo. Get him
Such is the
though.
life of dice.
take a bite out of crime. You see this one's got like this metallic, riveted kind of miner getup. It seems very protective, but you have advantage on this attack because there are many pastiches, and there is at least one Makayla. A 14 does not hit.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. You bite into his shoulder. You get a mouthful of metal. Your sharp fangs are sharp, and also fangs, and you puncture a little bit, but the rest of it keeps you from delving too much and hitting delicious duergar flesh.
Well, I did what I could.
4 pastiches are munching on this duergar. As we go to this alchemist who is throwing vials at people. He's stuck in a web and he's behind a rock. He's going to struggle a lot after becoming big. You hear dwarven grunts, cursing. By the anvil! And nah, he's stuck. Zoaz.
Zoaz saw that duergar go invisible, so he is going to get rid of that and see invisibility.
He's going to see him. Alright, yeah, that dude is with the eyes graced by Selene, you see this invisible stalking duergar attempting to creep up behind Pastiche and clunk him a good one with this big hammer.
Zoaz is going to interpose himself between the duergar and Pastiche.
Okay. An expert expression. Chuman.
And that'll be my turn.
Wait, did he manage to make it big or no?
He's
I
big,
thought he
but
fell.
he's still in web.
Oh, okay.
He was rolling to get out of the web.
Okay, I misunderstood it then. Let's see. Chuman. Well, there's another big target, so Chuman's gonna fire at the next big target.
Okay, do so with advantage. I like
18.
how your natural one's
No.
just no. An 18 hits.
Alright. And... No, I don't want to use that. I'll keep it off.
Okay.
Ah.
3 damage, sure. Swink. The arrow flies through the air and pierces into this duergar's arm. He doesn't like it very much, and he yelps in pain.
And Chuman is gonna notice Mouse behind and says, "Are you joining, or you going to sit there?" And that's going to end this turn.
Mouse appears to be a non-combatant. She is cowering behind the minecart, watching you all work. Xalia.
He's gonna go for a dive.
Alright, while your party members battle for their lives, you submerge.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
That's her turn. She's gonna go as low as she can go and then come back up.
Okay. The bottom is... we'll say on this turn you managed to touch the bottom and you're holding your breath.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Before suddenly, the water is rocked by a catastrophe. The bridge that is on fire, falls apart, probably at about these parts, and splashes into the water. I need an acrobatic save from Twig because he's the only one on the bridge. As it falls apart, in flames, the creaking of wood and the flailing of rails splash everywhere in the water. Xalia, you hear and recognize all of this as well.
Twig has feathers. It's easy for him.
Let's see here. And wow, Twiggy, you take half of one and half of one damage, rounded down, so nothing. As you splash into the water, and you are briefly submerged for a little bit, about 10 feet under, but you bob back to the surface, soaking wet. Now it's this dude's turn. This one here is going to peek out from the rock, a crossbow bolt loaded into his crossbow, which he shoots at Zoaz. Dun dun dun. Does an 18 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, he's also going to shoot at Pastiche.
Rude.
Does a 14 hit Pastiche? Or any of his mirror images?
It does hit an image.
Okay. 9 to
Ow.
Zoaz, 8 to the image.
Jeez. This guy's doing work.
Yeah, he's got 2 hand crossbows that he's just firing off. Slamming crossbow bolts into the ouchie points of the party. And then he runs back behind the corner. A little pitter-patter of dwarf feet. Twig, you're in the water.
It would appear so.
In the water.
Sploosh! There's the creaking flame of the bridge and the iron railing that threatened to wrap you up and keep you underwater and be very dangerous, but you managed to avoid it. What would you like to do?
About how high up is solid ground from here?
Probably 5 feet.
Okay. I would like to clamber up onto the high ground.
Okay.
About here.
It's steeper on the other side, but yeah. So yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
That'll take all your movement.
Okay. And from here, Twig is going to use his short bow to take a shot at the giant trapped in the web.
Okay. You peek around the corner, knock an arrow, and zoop. A 16. Yeah, that hits.
Oh.
Just barely. 9 damage. That's great. Hiya. Dang, 9 more damage. You sink you sink a short arrow into this dwarf's precious spot while he's wrapped up. He's restrained enough that you get a good bead on him, and then zoop, shoot him in the beard.
Oh. That really is a cheap shot.
Every dwarf's weak spot.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Alright. He curses at you after you hurt him.
Yeah,
Makayla, he just called your Kenku friend a nasty name.
I will not repeat it. Makayla will. Sorry, you just climbed off my lap. Makayla will start slapping this dude in front of me.
Yo, slap him though. You have advantage on
Start
these
smacking
attacks.
him. Hell yeah, I do. I think I set this up properly. I'll attack with the staff, entitled and finished. 13.
Okay, roll again.
Oh, right, advantage. I thought I had advantage.
Alright. Clang! It bounces off of this dude's minor getup. He is pretty fortified. The 17 also does not hit.
Jeez.
Oh, tanky. You too tanky. Yeah, that's everything I got. Bonus action.
Okay.
Hand my turn.
This dude's gonna take his rock cutter and spin around in a huge flourish. He's taking way too much motion to accomplish a single thing, but he's going to make a spinning strike against Makayla, who keeps trying to hit him.
Rude.
Natural 20, oh no! So 2d6 plus 4 damage is 12.
We need to get Accel's dice checked. Makayla rotates.
KO'd.
Okay. This jagged implement designed for cutting rock cuts Makayla, and this blood spray goes everywhere. and you hear in Dwarven just a cackling taunt Makayla, declaring that your tools are not sharp. This one over here sees that Zoaz is now in front of Pastiche, and he quickly changes targets and makes a leaping strike through the air, an overhead strike with his big nasty ore pick hammer thing. Hiya! And he's gonna try to hurt you, but fails terribly because you can see him, and his attack was one of surprise, and you easily dodge out of the way since he put all of his force into the stroke. Pastiche.
I don't know, some really cursed D&D rules minutia.
Yeah.
Technically, he still has advantage because invisibility.
Oh,
is...
man, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Pastiche, it's your turn.
Well,
Makayla has been felled beside you, and then the duergar closing in. There are now as many duergar as there are pastiches.
Do I still count as flanking even though I'm KO'd?
No.
no. We're gonna try this one.
Okay.
Spread some ink all over this dude.
Alright. We'll see how dexterous he is.
Yeah.
What was your
Hopefully
speed?
not very. Oh, sick.
He rolls a natural 1. Yeah, not very.
Right, roll high.
The fattest damage.
Yikes.
Almost the fattest damage.
Alright, yeah, he didn't like that very much. He's wobbling.
And then Pastiche hisses at him.
Where'd that 10 come from? Go back. Okay, so you hiss at him.
And stands his ground.
Okay, he turns to you, brandishing this jagged-looking implement to cut rock open. This alchemist is still in the rock. Still in the web. He's going to try to get out because he does not want to be here because he's getting shot. I think that beats the DC of the web.
Yeah.
DC 13, I think.
Okay, he is out of there. Let's see here. So you hear some clomping steps behind the rock, and then you hear more clomping steps, but you do not see a duergar. Sounds like it's coming from this direction. Which brings us to Zoaz. You hear some big, heavy footfalls, and you can see like big, heavy boot prints in the cave, in the mine shaft. So you know that someone is right around here. But there's also many people right around you. What would you like to do?
Wait, can I not see him with my
Oh, that's right. He's the invisibility. Zoop, zoop, he's right there.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Zoaz,
His beard is
having
bloody. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
having neatly sidestepped the war pick strike, Zoaz will move over, very slightly unsheath his scimitar, and go to inflict some wounds on this dude.
Yo, dang, that sounds cool.
It's not.
I'm sorry.
It's really not.
Your scimitar like gets caught.
It gets caught. Yeah.
Like it doesn't unsheath as you hoped it would, and the spell fizzles, unfortunately.
Yeah. However, Hungry Jaws, take a bite out of crime.
Yeah, I'll do it.
And let's see, where's my bite? Should be in features, right? Yeah, there it is.
Don't forget you have inspiration too. You got it from from casting heroism on Chuman a long time.
Yeah. Before I use Hungry Jaws, can I reroll my inflict wounds, or is that time passed?
You may.
Okay.
By golly,
Let's
I'll take all of your inspirations away from you. Yeah.
There we go. And then, so, like, leans a shoulder towards, sort of gets low, rushes forward, and just makes it one clean stroke diagonally upwards.
3 1s.
Dang.
You're sick.
Not 3 1s.
Anti-curse.
Bro, how? Let's see. You did 20. 26 is exactly this dude's HP.
Cool!
Being efficient.
Alright. Tell me how cool it is. You defeat this person.
So, like, he did, like, a one shoulder, like, a low sort of tackle almost to feint. And then, with his scimitar, he, in one quick motion, unsheaths it and does just a clean diagonal upright slice through this dude's armor.
Alright.
And now he's wounded.
Yeah, you came to inflict wounds, and by golly, you inflicted a wound.
I sure did inflict a wound.
by God, he has cut him in half. Alright, so as this dude gets destroyed by necrotic damage, he emaciates away and just cut open. The last thing you hear is, "But I was invisible!" But it's a dwarven, so you don't hear it. So you don't understand. What else would you like to do?
Let's see, that was 5 feet of movement. Alright, now we're gonna take a bite out of crime.
Alright, cool.
So we're running towards this big duergar.
Oh, here's the natural one. It's back.
Oh my god!
Use your inspiration to reroll that.
Alright. This duergar is too big, and as you rush towards him with your mouth open, ready to bite him, he kind of like leers at you and brandishes a couple vials, and you back off. Never mind.
Whoops. Do I have any good bonus actions? Not really.
That is your bonus action.
Oh, you're right. Whoops. Anyway, turn in.
Okay.
I think I'm about to get owned this turn.
Alright, Chuman. There is a destroyed bridge, so now crossing this may be a little difficult. You would have to swim or come up with something that you have an idea for. What would you like to do, Chuman?
Hello, Rye.
You hear Mouse behind you goading you, "Swing across, you won't."
Is he here? Did he step out?
He
may have
pinged.
stepped away.
He's muted. Raikel, we can't hear you. Your mic is off.
Ah! I forgot.
There we go.
As Mouse is yelling in his ear, Chuman is actually going to line up a shot and try to snipe this guy's armor.
Okay. Hi-ya!
This is advantage due to flanking, right?
No.
No. Okay.
Ranged attacks don't flank. A 20 does hit, though.
Cool. We'll make sure it hurts.
Alright, yeah, 16.
I'm also going to use Favor Foe on him.
Okay, sure.
4. 9 damage.
Cool. You slot an arrow into the slots between this dude's armor, and he stumbles a bit as he turns to face Pastiche, and then looks back at you, gives you like the pointed eyes. He lets you know you're next, wordlessly.
And instead of paying attention, Chuman is going to look up to see if there's anything he can hook onto.
Yeah, there's rock wall. Pretty much all grappling hooks are created in such a way that defies explanation. So as long as you have a solid surface, you can throw a grappling hook at it, and it's fine.
What about a climber's kit?
Climbers kits include grappling hooks.
Oh,
Lots of R's and L's in that sentence.
alright, cool. Chuman's gonna step over to kind of see Zoaz just barely. And that's the end of his turn.
Okay. Xalia, you have reached the bottom through If Xalia is like an open eye swimmer, you will see the bridge falling and clashing, smashing through the water. But if you're not, you don't see that. But you definitely do hear and feel it.
She can definitely like just put like a membrane on her eyes. That is a thing she would know how to do.
Easy peasy.
Open eyes, swimmer it is.
But no, she wanted to do a big jump out of the water. So that's what she's gonna do.
Alright, where are we going?
Straight up, and we're gonna like try to go as far up as we can, complemented by illusions.
Alright.
Fucking
Sure.
dolphin.
Sure, it
Yeah,
happens.
dolphin in the cave.
Tell me about how you're a dolphin.
I mean, it's not just a dolphin, it's like a spiky dolphin because it's Xalia. But she's trying to do the best she can to adapt her body right now for water movement because that's what she feels like doing. So fins, more emphasis on a tail, less emphasis on her limbs, so on and so forth. It's not very effective at the moment, but she's learning. That's the point.
We're fighting for our lives. Zalia's like, I wonder how I can become a fish.
Yeah?
Alright, you all hear a sploosh and a splash behind you as Xalia crests, breaches the water like a graceful, spiky dolphin, and then dives back under.
Yep.
Alright. This one over here. Let's see, Zoaz, you can see where the sneaky individual has gone to. He sees that you're close to him, and then he throws his crossbows to the ground, unsheaths a short sword, and yells something towards you and comes to cleave at your shoulder. 2 attacks.
Miss.
Alright, but you are too cool.
Dang.
In abstaining from attacking this other duergar, you're able to defensively parry this dude's blows. He's not as trained as you expected. Which goes to Twig.
Right. Twig is gonna cry out towards Makayla as she goes down. And he's gonna take a swing at this guy
Okay.
with his scimitar.
24 definitely hits. Just barely, you know, almost.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
24 just bad.
Yikes!
There we go. I just had to soften the armor up.
Dang! You find a chink in the armor that Chuman caused, and you insert your your scimitar, into this and slash it open, and you slash this dude apart. Yeah, he only had 13 HP left.
Let's go.
I say only, but meanwhile, rogues. And you cleave this dude, he falls down, muttering.
Alright. And then Twig is going to... one sec. Alright, Twig is just going to continue forward.
Okay.
Right there. That'll be my turn.
Okie dokie. Makayla, I need a death save from you.
Nice.
So close.
Okay.
Yeah, so close.
So 20, yeah.
Alright, which brings us back to Pastiche. Twig valiantly dispatches this this duergar that had turned on you before it can get in a strike. What would you like to do?
Pastiche is going to lean over and say, "Hang in there, Makayla," before sprinting off to join Zoaz.
Okay. 3 Pastiches join you, Zoaz.
That was a move. I know you can't see him. Wait, can you see him? I thought he was invisible.
Oh right, the big guy is invisible.
The big guy is invisible.
Does
Some
sharing
would
your
do
sight include the see invisibility?
No, it's
No.
only the dark vision.
Selene is generous, but not that generous.
Yeah,
This guy was not invisible, right?
That's correct.
The smaller one.
the big guy was invisible.
We're gonna get right up in his grill
Oh yeah?
and try another one of those prismatic ink blots.
Okay. This is a ranged attack, so we'll be at disadvantage.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay, well, can I
Yeah, you can.
not move up a whole?
Yeah, you can hurl it as you're running towards him. That'll be cool.
Cool. We'll do that.
Yo, 3 pastiches, all they're hurling the
Oh
same
my
thing.
goodness, 23 hits.
Cool. that's
Heck
gonna be
yeah.
fire
You guys
damage.
just had to get back in the swing of things. Alright, yeah, 10 damage. Oh, yeah, white die. So yeah, as you're running towards this dude and hurl a prismatic ink blob, it wiggles and warbles through the air and splashes on him. What else happens? Or is that it?
It turns red as it makes contact with his skin and burns him.
He yells out, "Ah, fire!" But in Dwarven. And he appears that he is very burned, and he is shrieking as if he is on fire, because he kind of is. Alright. This one, let's see here. Says something in Dwarven, which I don't think anybody standing understands.
I don't believe so.
Nope.
Okay. So he says something in Dwarven, and he is going to run away from Zoaz. Zoop.
Zoaz is going to take a swing at him with his shotel.
Absolutely.
Can't believe the big guy's running
Your
away.
left.
An 8 does not hit.
Unfortunate.
Okay, so let's see. He has to squeeze through here. Zoop, zoop. Okay, so he is attempting to run away. Let's see. I'm pretty sure he would. Yeah, he's absolutely dashing. You hear the clomps. And that's his turn.
That's not good.
Zoaz.
Zoaz has an inkling of what that duergar is trying to do, so throwing caution to the wind, he's going to try to follow him.
Okay.
Let's see, how far can we go?
All right, you're running. You hop up on this wooden ramp
Mm-hmm.
with a railing, and you're just following the mine tracks. You're running up the wood, go clonk, 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 clonk with your lizard feet, and you go around the corner, and you can just barely make out this bloodied duergar, who's still big and still invisible. You can make him out. He's sort of like hobbling, but still trying to move as quick as he can. What would you like to do? He's going down, he's going up a mine shaft. No. He's going down a descending mine shaft. There's a slight ramp, so you can still make him out.
I'm really debating what I want to do here. There's something that's really cool, but it's also somewhat inefficient use of my spell slots, and I'm going to do it because I don't have consequences, so I'm casting Moonbeam on this dude.
Yeah.
Alright.
Placing it directly on top of him.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, he's within 120 feet.
Is he considered a shape changer?
I will say yeah.
Because his shape has been changed.
Yeah, I'll say yeah. So he makes this with the disadvantage. Oh wait, no, sorry, not yet.
On the start of his turn.
Yeah. Okay. We'll find out what happens on the next exciting episode of Moonbeam.
Of Zoaz's turn.
Of Zoaz's turn. Alright. Anything else?
No, that'll be the end of my turn.
Chuman.
Let's see. Seeing Pastiche and Zoaz run further down the mines and Makayla down, he's gonna use this grappling hook to swing over the broken bridge and get to Makayla.
This is an acrobatics check.
Alright.
Because while you have a climber's kit, what the heck is a... Okay, fine, never mind. Yeah, you win.
It was It was just theatrical.
Yeah. So tell me how cool your Chuman swing is with your grappling hook, because it absolutely works whatever you do.
Chuman is going to fire off the grappling hook into one of the pillars that's up above, and then turns over the mouse and says, "You coming?" And then just jumps off and just flies over across.
Okay.
Landing in a sort of a Link fashion where he's rolling through the dirt.
Alright, that is your full movement, but it succeeds.
Alright. Then I'm too far away to do anything. That's going to be his turn.
Alright. Behind you, you hear Mouse kind of pop off. And she's like, "Yeah! Didn't think you had it in ya." And then behind you, also swinging, with a particular ease that can only come from years of training, she almost floats through the air, swinging on her grappling hook, and lands right next to you.
Yo, let's go.
And then, let's see, her particular training allows her to do that in a special manner, so she's also going to take out a potion of healing and administer it to Makayla with her action.
Neat.
Makayla, you wake up and you see Mouse leaning over you, a little smile. She says, "Hey, come on. It's not time to be sleeping. We got we got treasures to find and knowledge to find."
You're finally awake.
And then Xalia, what would you like to do?
I mean, I think for now she's not gonna notice. Everyone has moved on, so she's just gonna continue what she's doing.
Okay.
Maybe she'll like swim over here and check out the rubble a little bit, see if there's anything interesting.
Alright, make an investigation check as you check out, see what kind of like stuff is in this. Alright, so you definitely find half-charred wood. You definitely find a mine track.
Go wood.
You find some wood planks that are held up to the mine track. It was actually pretty decently constructed. It lines up with the many books in your old family library about dwarven architecture, and but it is definitely removed from the dwarven architecture that you have personally experienced. So it seems like this is a different brand of how dwarves have chosen to create this this mine rail. It's interesting.
She's gonna take some
Take some what?
wood and rail.
Okay.
Just whatever she can grab.
All right. Go ahead and mark minecart wood and minecart railing. Yeah, I think that's what we'll call it in your inventory.
Okay.
All right. Is that
That's your
turn?
turn.
All right. Which goes to, let's see here. This duergar here. He's going to curse at himself for not slicing at Zoaz, but he was distracted by 3 pastiches, which he is going to attack. 2 attacks. There's a snicker and a snack as this short sword whizzes through the air, but he rolls 2 10s, and I'm pretty sure that hits nobody.
Yeah, fortunately neither of those hit anything no matter what.
Okay. This duergar kind of like backs off a bit, holding a short sword. He looks back at his crossbows. Then he dives through the dirt, picks them back up, and he's holding them at you. Ah! He's pointing 2 crossbows at you, both loaded, and he says something in dwarf. It's not. It's hold it right there, but in dwarven. But I only said it just so you can get like the inflection and like where the syllables are.
Of course.
Twig.
Alright, so this duergar isn't invisible, right?
He is not invisible, but he is pointing 2 guns at Pastiche.
Two of them. I didn't really hear anything.
Okay.
Alright, perfect. Twig is gonna move around behind him and take a swipe with his scimitar.
You are in complete darkness, so this is a disadvantage, but with Pastiche distracting him, this is the regular roll.
Okay.
Because of flanking.
I have the dark vision from
That's correct.
Zoaz. Okay, so even with complete... Oh, so dim. Okay.
Yeah, dark vision and darkness is dim vision. Dim light is disadvantage.
Okay. And 18.
Okay, yeah, it hits.
Cool.
Dang, 15 damage?
Yes.
Yeah, you cut into this dude. And let's see here. Or he takes half on a successful one. Okay. Yeah, that hurts. You cut him in the back. He's pointing 2 crossbows at Pastiche, and you tumble behind him, and hi-ya! Stick your scimitar into his butt. He yelps, grabs his butt, kind of like leaps off the ground a bit.
And that'll be my turn.
Makayla.
Yes, Makayla kind of sits up, looks around, can't see anything but dead bodies, really. And I guess we'll get up.
Sometimes he keeps splashing.
Sees Xalia at the distance, just kind of splashing around. I don't actually know where anyone is. We'll like peer over that way, peer over this way.
My mouse points in the direction that your companions went.
Okay. Hold on, how much? 20, 25. And I just barely see someone there.
Yep.
By
the edge of your
Pastiche.
torchlight.
Yeah. So I will try and magic stone them. 16.
Hits.
It does? Okay. Oh, wow. For 5 damage. And let's do 1d6, why not?
That's enough.
Yay!
As the vulture delivers the magical stone into this dude's eye, there's a splorch and blood's going everywhere. He drops one of his crossbows to hold his eye, and he falls over, topples, and he stops moving between Twig and Pastiche. Sniper shot, Makayla.
That's it. It's my turn.
Anything else? Okay.
No, I'm out of movement.
Okay.
Bonus action and action.
Pastiche, Zoaz ran off somewhere.
Yeah. Zoaz swung at nothing and then ran off.
Oh, I wouldn't have been able to move there because I had half movement.
Wait.
Too late,
I didn't.
Whatever.
So is the duergar invisible after death? Because I feel like he would have gone visible after I killed him, so it wouldn't have been swinging at nothing. I would have cut the air, and a body would have appeared where I cut.
The large
No, the big guy you
duergar
were
is invisible.
Oh, okay.
Continue, Pastiche.
Sorry.
Okay. So, as Zoaz swung at nothing and then ran off, and I heard a bunch of clomping, we're gonna follow him into that cave.
Oh.
You can see a magical, bright moonbeam. Zoaz finishing his incantation and gesturing towards the light.
Pastiche is going to look at the moonbeam, look back at Pastiche, or at Zoaz, and probably one of the Pastiches too.
I can't believe you're lizard racist to your own kind.
And then we're going to get the silent signal and spread ink in the general direction of the moonbeam.
Alright. Dang, just load up on the number of saves that this dude has to make. Okay, you do actually... So there's like dim light here.
Okay.
So you just plop it right on the dim light, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. Alright, the ink, it is illuminated by the soft glow of moonlight. Anything else, sir?
That will be my turn.
Excellent. This dude is going to make 1,000,000 saves. Let's see, in order of operations, he's going to make a disadvantageous moonbeam save, fails it, and then he's going to make a dexterity save at normal. Fails the web save too.
Cool.
Alright, let's see here. Don't shape changers take more damage from moonbeam?
Do
I
they?
think it makes them revert to normal shape.
Yeah, it makes them revert.
Okay. It also makes them revert to medium size. Zoop, zoop. And tell me the tale about how your moonbeam dispatches this duergar. Because that is enough to do it.
As I finish the incantation and swing down my staff, though we are underground, I assume, the light of the moon cuts through and shines directly on him, and it burns away the illusory magics that make him larger, and he falls to his knees as Selene's might rains down upon him.
Alright. Seared with the mighty moonbeam of Selene, he falls down and is expired. Ba, 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 ba. And the mine is still.
Flash noise.
You still hear the telltale rings and clangs of mining equipment, punctuated by that large thump of a percussion, and also the splash noises from Xalia as she flounders around in the pool, like a flounder.
Exactly.
And you all have dispatched the duergar. It seems like the alarm has not been raised further than this room, as Mouse runs up and checks on Makayla and then looks around, and you all are able to do whatever you like to do.
Pastiche is going to instantly check this dude's body
Okay.
for anything he can find.
Give me a stout investigation check, and so also from anyone else that is investigating bodies. All right,
There we
Pastiche.
go.
There's your natural one, finally. Alright, Pastiche, let's see, even with your natural one, you find some broken bottles from this dude as he fell down onto the ground and crushed them beneath his own embiggened weight, as he reverted into a smaller size from the light of Selene. Just various liquids. They've all kind of like spilled out over the rock wall, so it's difficult to find out quite what he's on about. But you do find let's see here. a gold and a silver,
Cool.
and let's see here, a yellow stone. It's very small, like pebble size, but it's a yellow stone. Upon closer inspection, it looks like some sort of topaz.
Okay.
True to Baskar's claim to fame, looks like it is easy to come by gemstones here, and this person definitely had one, and now it's yours. All right, and then Makayla and Twig. You also, Makayla, you find 4 gold, 2 silver. Twig, you find 6 gold, 5 silver.
Chuman as well.
Oh, and Chuman, what'd you get? 16. 4 gold, 4 silver.
Okay. I also want to take those 2 hand crossbows.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. You can just grab those 2 hand crossbows from the duergar. That's fine.
Cool.
You get maybe, let's see here. Dang, you get 12 crossbow bolts too.
Let's go.
And each of you also get are able to pluck a gemstone off of these people. Makayla gets a red one, so a ruby. Twig also gets a red one, but it's a different color, so it's a sardonyx. And Chuman, you get a green one to match your jade. Let's see here. As far as anything else going, there's that dude's kind of like jagged rock cutter sword. Let's see here. Who had the highest one? 17. Makayla, in your investigation of the dude that downed you, you can see tucked in an inner pocket, in a regular pocket, you can see tucked there a little note. It's in Dwarven, and the note reads, clear out the mine. Clear out the upper levels of the mine. Get everybody to the public section, or to the lower section.
Would I have any idea what section this was? Actually, you know what? I could just ask. Makayla would turn to Mouse and say, "Would just ask what section this was."
Yeah, this is the entrance. So this is sort of like I guess you could say the top level, but that doesn't really make sense because we're already underground, huh? But it definitely goes lower. I haven't been. It wraps around one more time, and I haven't been lower than that.
It says that evacuate to the public or the bottom layer, right?
Yeah, we're in the secret spot, so it sounds like either everyone is leaving this this secret spot entirely, or there's a whole heap of people much lower.
For what purpose, I wonder? As Makayla would, I guess, start sort of looking around and kind of heading forward a little bit, just to sort of see what the actual area she was in was, because she couldn't really see it.
Yeah, you look around, you see ramps, empty minecarts, filled minecarts, half-filled minecarts. There's some stalagmites and just cracked, blasted apart cavern of a mine shaft. While the rest of your party is collecting themselves, you can see like an outcropping where, or you can see and take note of that there are many dragon shards embedded in the mineshaft. They've been left alone, but they appear to provide just a little bit of light for a very dim pulse, a very dim glow. So, useless as a light source, but it's good enough to where if it were completely... if the illumination were to go, you could see that at least where a wall is.
Hmm.
Anyone else?
Makayla would try and round up everyone. Do a head count, hear the splashing, go back to Xalia.
You're gonna get in time just for do another leap. She's gonna illusion like the much more impressive blast of water and darkness coming up with her, but
Trying to just like a dolphin leap. Very impressive, but we'll be going deeper. Stay there at your own peril, I guess. And Makayla will sort of turn, start heading down.
hold on. Where's the character sheet? There's a character sheet.
Natural 20.
Okay, she's getting out of the water. You hear a splooshing after you, and soaked Xalia, who is mostly like serpentine at this point, comes and hopping. You know.
Do you have like wet,
the first
flopping feet in the ground
like,
right now?
Like the first animal out of the sea.
Out of the primordial soup of rises, Xalia.
Out of the sea.
What she calls waking up in the morning. And she's gonna start following you guys, just dripping. She had her spear though.
Of course, of course.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Everyone manages to clamber together. Over the next few minutes, you search the bodies and have your own little mini looting session. And what would you like to do? There is a path where the minecart seemed to go down, and then, yeah, your choice.
Sorry, where is the path? Oh,
where the
no,
the cart railing is?
Over here. Question.
Yes.
About how long has it been since we've been under in the caves?
Probably 5 minutes.
In total?
Not long enough to use your natural explorer.
Okay.
I suppose it's time to head deeper.
Mm-hmm. Only way to go.
Alright, so you guys maneuver deeper on the minecart rail, following this as a path. It descends a little bit, and the trolley tracks make their way toward another area of the mine. Illuminated with torches from Mouse and Makayla, and also the dark vision shared by Selene. You can see on the walls as you maneuver past them the gentle pulse of dragon shards sticking out of the cavern corridors. And we'll move you over to the next map. this rhythmic pounding of mining equipment, just ever present. You can see a few unlit braziers, recently extinguished. You take the time to check them out. And now, let's see, you have a light? Sorry, let me reestablish your torches. Zoop. And Mouse is here, and she has a light. Okay, so you get through these thingies here. Around this pit, sorry, around this this corner that you go, this bit, I meant to say. Head forward a little bit. You can see there is a gaping hole in the middle of this room. Yes, Mouse sort of like illuminates it. There's a gaping hole in the middle of this room. You appear to be on a bit of a mine track, so perhaps a strip mine within a strip mine. The mine track circles around this gaping hole in the ground. You can see bits of dragon shards that are illuminating very small sections of the ground, and in some areas there is a complete drop-off where a wooden platform has been constructed to aid in minecart travel. You can see within the torchlight that this descent goes much further down than your torchlight can illuminate. You can hear some close mining. There's just like a pang, ping, pang, ping, coming off to the west, sort of like off in this area, but you can't see who or what is making that noise. So as you exit this mine shaft, as it were, and if you were to turn right, you would find out what is making that noise. As you feel around and take stock of your situation, you can see across the pit, very far away, some 60, hundreds of feet away. You seem to be on a lower level. You can see some dim, flickering firelight from the other side at a level up, and you can see like there's maybe like a shelf going below, and you can see some like very barely, absolutely barely illuminated minecart tracks heading ever deeper, and then the track around also goes upward a bit, and upward is where this flickering firelight is, where the mine tracks curve around the ramp to the west. And you can all hear sort of like a jovial and flippant conversation emanating from where that dim firelight is. It kind of echoes around in the cavern, being headed by a feminine voice. Pastiche, you recognize the voice as belonging to one of your assailants from the alley. This voice belongs to Feather, and she appears to be chatting casually and very loudly with whomever they are, and probably you can pick out like little bits of the conversation, and she's just kind of like laughing, regaling some tale, and you pick out one snippet, and she says, and then I said, "Let me give you something to remember me by." He was quaking in his boots. And then you like hear some kind of like chortling between her conversation partners, and you hear her loudly declare and say, kind of like clap, and the clapping reverberates and echoes around the cavern. Says, "All right, we're gonna practice." And then I think that's where we're gonna end the session for tonight.
Okay.
All
Cool.
right.
Okay.
Hey.